Look, I have, and I've suggested an amendment, especially in relation to the community interest and current use too of the church and those local people. And council will be aware that the community board too have supported this financially. Where in fact though it didn't fit the current criteria for the current heritage policies, it was the sticking point, and that was the staff view and the view of the committee that in fact it didn't fit the heritage fund, the heritage incentive fund. But so the new recommendation or the addition is that we defer consideration of this application and ask the Social and Community Development Committee to report back to Council soon, by the end of next month. So that was sort of the basis that we've had some discussion about how we manage this, because clearly the church has the whole heritage factor, but also the significant community involvement and use, and there are people here today who would support that. So correct. So we would delete 2 and substitute. No. Are we going to be clear about 2 then?
I'm actually suggesting that in fact, the way that the resolution that's been crafted here reads is that we don't deal with 1 and 2, that the council, given the significance of the St Peter's Church as a community focus in the local area, defer consideration of the heritage incentive funding application. So we're just simply deferring that decision, so we're not wiping it off the table, and request the Social Community Development and Housing Committee report back to the council in November 2017 on alternative sources of funding. So that enables you to look for alternatives and to come back to council, because I think that there's a very strong acceptance around the table that St Peter's Church plays a greater role in its community than simply a local church. It is a real community focus, and some of the proposals in that area, the proposals haven't met with the staff's advice on heritage incentive funding. We don't need to consider that advice. We can simply ask you to find alternative sources of funding so that we can address the church's need and the community's need now, and have the discussion later about what because the next item is the new heritage framework, strategy framework, and that means that we don't need to debate it, we don't need to discuss it, we can simply put it on the back burner, ask you to come back with alternatives. And
that's fine, and I can add too for councillors, so that myself as chair of the committee, and I know the local councillors are happy to meet with the church trustees group.
Yeah, so you're happy to move that, and Vicky, you're happy to second that.
There's a number of, that gives us a slight problem in terms of allocating the remaining funds for this year, because there are other applications in and they're already on their way through the system. Yep. So
that's why there's an incredible pressure on the committee to come back with recommendations early in November.
And the other thing is, unless there are the analysis that's been done on the application has been really thorough.
Yes, I'm not criticising, I'm not challenging, I'm not questioning, I'm just not discussing it.
Yeah, but just in terms of how do we, I'm just not sure how we actually end up getting progress, because the current proposal doesn't comply with our scheme.
Yes, I know. So, but I don't want to have that discussion right now. So we're having a whole consideration of our heritage, structure. The next paper deals with that. So I just want to really put some pressure on the committee to come back with alternative sources of funding. All right. So that's been moved and seconded. So I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you.